never know if I'm in shot or not. Good morning again. Today, the sun is out. It's about 10 degrees, just under 10 degrees Celsius outside, which is what, I suppose about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So 50 is a nice working temperature, 10 degrees. I can live with that. I've got 2 layers on, so I'm good. I've got my traditional bottle of Zymol polish. It's a polish cleaner wax. All I want to do really is try and seal up the paint a little bit, and then also possibly get a bit of a shine to it. It's nicely washed. I've cleaned and buffed the glass on the inside and the outside. It was quite grubby on the inside, especially the rear window, but that's done now. So the next thing is to move the car over, just more this way really, because it's tucked right back there. I have a system, and right now it's part of the system, so I'm going to literally move it out of the system so I can polish, get all the way around, open these doors, which are massively long on a convertible, of course. So I can open them completely when I do it. Once I've done the outside, I'll carry on with the inside, but that probably needs a really good wash down, scrub down with something like Handy Andy, Jif. Depends on where in the world you are, but it's one of those scouring kind of ammonia based cleaners. I always do that. It's a bit of a messy job. You've got to wash it 2 or 3 times to get the dustiness off. Once that's off, both the interior and exterior plastics will all get treated and cleaned up with a bit of polish. I've got various types. But yeah, this is today's little job. I will show you first of all sort of the worst of the paint really, which is this bit over here, which you can see it has a bit of a texture to it. You can hear it, there's no clear on it, so it's obviously worn away over time. All I'm going to do is seal that up. I'm not too bothered. There's sort of a texture all the way down here. One way to camouflage it would be to use a big broad racing sticker or something right across the bonnet onto the roof and the back, but I'm not really going to do that. And then on this side, interestingly, just a little bit of the same thing. It's quite interesting because there's some of the green is still there and the silver that's probably under the coat, but I'll just polish all of this so that it's really well sealed. The car has a few stone chips. I'm not going to interfere with them at this point in time. There's a few. I think, if anything, considering the price and the value of this car, it's not worth messing with spending a load of money. But those little marks, ideally what I would like is to just touch them in with a bit of clear. I'm tempted to start right on the worst bit. I think that's normal. And then of course, not to pour half the polish out on the floor. I have a machine. I could mop the whole car, but it ends up being quite messy using any of these polishing compounds on a mop. So I prefer to do it this way by hand. Just get to it bit by bit, patiently. It's like sandpaper on here. You could probably hear it on the camera. worst off. I can feel the difference. This is quite textured and coarse. This is definitely smoother. So at least, if nothing else, I am taking just years worth of muck off. This is rough as hell. It's really, really rough. But I'm not going to get myself upset about that for the time being. Maybe I'll find another bonnet that's painted already, not damaged. Or, as I said, put some kind of a graphic on here, or maybe even get somebody to paint a picture on it. Who knows? Anyway, I think this is good. We'll carry on, polish the whole car. It'll make my head feel a lot better. I'm not sure you can see any difference in the texture as such. This metallic is kind of a little bit deceptive, it fools you. But you can see obviously the paint damage over here, and then over here where it's kind of, you've got the unpolished, and then this section here next to it is actually really smooth, and then there again you've got quite a coarse texture, and then when you come back in here it's definitely smoother. But that's good enough for now. We'll carry on, do the whole car. Right, there you go. I think this is probably a success. The polishing, buffing, all of this, trying to get all of this paint clean and better than it was, seems to have worked. I'm really pleased with the outcome. Last job to do when I'm done with this now is all the black needs to be really blacked out again. Obviously the name of the car, but it's good, but it just needs little bits polished, touched up. And I think with a bit of plastic magic, any of the products that I have 2 or 3 products here, it will make a difference. And this little car, I would say, has definitely come up really good now, having taken all of the dead kind of, I suppose, road debris and whatever kind of grows on them over time and polished it off. So I'm very pleased. I definitely think it's an improvement. Whether anyone else agrees or not, it's probably not that important, but I feel good. I mean, the paint, when you touch it, is smooth as hell. Initially, when I bought this, actually even the day that I fetched it, I could sense that on these sort of these little, I don't know what you'd call them, little valleys, it was more than average muck, and now it's pretty smooth, slick, and it's very, very satisfying to have a really clean, shiny car. It just makes it feel a lot better. And once I've got the new seats in as well, I'll be pleased as hell, because then I think it'll transform the car from a driving sort of and living with experience point of view. That sounds more like a car salesman, I guess, but hey, maybe I am. So yeah, that's another job jobbed. Very pleased. There's some aeroplane going overhead. I'm not going to try and find it in the air because I might, or in the sky. Might just end up falling over. But yeah, good move. Next will be a quick review of all the blacking out on the exterior, and then I'll do the interior next, maybe even tomorrow, maybe this afternoon, I'll see.